How's it going, everybody? As you can tell by the screen, the Packers made a huge move by signing former Raiders running back Josh Jacobs today. As a result, they did release Aaron Jones. For most of the day following the signing, we weren't really sure what was going to happen as far as Aaron Jones' future with Green Bay. There were some reports that they were going to restructure his contract and he was going to stick around, but ultimately he does get released. As a Packers fan, kind of stings. You'd love to see Aaron Jones stick around. He was a fan favorite. Also, very good, especially down the stretch this past season. I think this ultimately comes down to his age, being 29 years old. That's kind of like end of the line for running backs at this point. So, Josh Jacobs being 3 years younger, I think is big. And for most of the day, we also did not know Josh Jacobs' contract, which actually was just released prior to this recording. He's going to be getting a 4-year, $48 million contract, so $12 million a year. That might sound like a lot for a running back, considering all the holdouts and stuff going on the last year or two. But Saquon Barkley got 12.5 today from the Eagles, so his contract is a little bit higher. I believe he can make up to roughly 46 million, and his is a 3-year deal, where Jacobs is getting 4 years, making slightly more. I think Barkley's might also be more incentive based because I believe it is 37 million with 26 guaranteed, and then he can make up to 46 million. So, anyway, that's besides the point. I believe Josh Jacobs is a huge signing for Green Bay. Caught me off guard completely. Did not think of this as a possibility at all. I thought Josh Jacobs was probably going to go back to the Raiders, honestly, maybe New England. There was really no thought in my mind that Josh Jacobs was going to be a Green Bay Packer. I was honestly very shocked when I saw this. But like I mentioned, I think this is a huge signing for Green Bay. I think he will be much better this past season. He was a little bit underwhelming this past year. So I think he could play more to his 2022 season when he led the league in rushing yards. He is still a very good player. He's very young he's 26. He's young. But I think that he'll be very good in Matt LaFleur's offense. I think he's that kind of power speed hybrid that I think would work perfectly with the Packers. Like I mentioned, it would be awesome if the Packers could have had a Jones and Jacobs two-headed monster, but it is what it is. Hopefully the Packers can get someone to put behind Jacobs with A.J. Dillon likely leaving in free agency, which I don't think is going to affect the Packers at all. Honestly, A.J. Dillon was not good. I would love to see the Packers take like a Blake Corum, Trey Benson maybe in the draft. If they could get like a Trey Benson in the third round, that would be awesome. But I think that the Packers will be better off with this, specifically more in the future. Like I mentioned, it is a 4-year deal, so Jacobs will be around for more than a year. That was my one worry, honestly, that it was only going to be a 1-year deal. So I'm glad it's not. I'm glad that he'll be around for a couple seasons. I think the Packers' offense will be very good. John Runyon did leave and sign with the Giants on a 3-year deal. Not sure that he would have been a starter anyway. I heard Sean Ryan will probably start at right guard unless the Packers trade for someone or sign someone or get a guy in the draft. But I think the Packers' offense will be very good next year, and the same could be said for the defense, as the Packers went out and got my dream signing of Xavier McKinney. I wanted it to either be Justin Simmons or Xavier McKinney. It was initially being reported that he was headed to the Eagles, and I was kind of sad, honestly. 4-year deal, $48 million for McKinney. I love it. Darnell Savage left, signed with the Jaguars on a 3-year deal. He was underwhelming, honestly. This is a huge upgrade. Xavier McKinney, very versatile. He is, like I mentioned, he is a dream fit for this defense. I mean, Justin Simmons would have been great too, but Xavier McKinney is still only 24. He'll be 25 when the season starts. He's awesome. I believe he was the highest rated safety since being drafted. He's very good. Very good. He did miss some time with foot injury in 2020, but other than that, he's been. I guess he missed some time in 2022 as well, but other than that, he played 100% of the Giants' defensive snaps this past year. If he can continue to play like he did in 2023, I mean, I think he'll only get better, being only 24. But this is a huge signing. I like this signing honestly more than um, the Jacob signing, just because I think that Xavier McKinney fills a huge need at safety for the Packers defense. It's a huge pickup, honestly. Like this is a dream fit for the Packers. I love this move so much. I mean, I'm just glad he's not with the Eagles. The Eagles trying to get everyone at this point. Xavier McKinney is I'm super happy with the Packers today. They cut David Bakhtiari, clearing 20 mil. They they lost a couple guys, John Runyon, Darnell Savage, but they brought in some huge free agents. If they can do good in the draft, this Packers team is going to be very good next year. And I mean, I am super excited for next year. This Packers team is they're young. I mean, they got even younger today. I believe I saw somewhere something that Preston Smith is the oldest player on the team at 28 years old, which is crazy to me. Um, Xavier McKinney, 24, Josh Jacobs, 26. I mean, this is a very good young team. I mean, this might be the one of the most talented teams in the league, and they are all under 30 years old, which is sounds crazy. Today was one of the more eventful free agent days that I've seen in a while. Like as far as the first day of free agency. I should mention that these contracts are not official until Wednesday when the new league year starts. So these are all just agreed to contracts. They're what is expected to happen, but nothing is official yet. Um, but yeah, this is one of the more top heavy classes where I've seen a lot of these top guys sign on the first day in a couple of years. I feel like maybe I'm making stuff up, but this is huge. I love both of these signings. I think Xavier McKinney will work very well with Jeff Halfley. I think the Packers defense will be much improved next year if they can fill that hole at middle linebacker, as they released Devondre Campbell yesterday. Um, if they can fill that hole, get some other guys, probably another safety, maybe a corner. I think this Packers team has a real shot of being a Super Bowl contender. Call me crazy if you want. I think this team is as talented as any team in the league, and they should be getting better for years to come with how young they are. Um, but as for now, I love where this Packers team is at, and hopefully they can improve uh, through the draft and the rest of free agency this offseason. All right, well, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you enjoyed, share the video with your friends, drop a like down below, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and as the Packers make more signings, more moves in the offseason, I will make some more videos. I will also be making some more Brewers content soon. So if you like that stuff, subscribe, and until next time, go Pack Go.